Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Yes, that should work now, right? Cool. What is up, everybody? Thank you, Kev. What up, Drifter? What up, Anime Lover? Yo, what up, Matt? Fam Squad? Captain Soph? Hey, sound should be good, right? Should be working now. Stupid delay. Okay, I'm just going to assume that everything's going well. Hoping it is. Welcome to an editing live stream. If you've never been to one of these before, I'm just going to be editing, and you can see what happens behind the scenes. You can see how the sausage gets made and what goes into making a kill count episode. So this Friday, I'm going to release the kill count episode for the Friday the 13th remake, 2009 remake. And that's almost done. I'm not going to be working on that today. I'm going to leave that for me to do during the week, which I'm sure I'll be mad about later in the week. Future James is going to be very angry about that, but that's okay because we're going to be editing Scream today. We're going to be moving on to the Scream series because that has to get done in order for me to shoot it later this week, and then get them out on time. Because I would like to not skip a week. We'll see. We'll see if I can do it. It's very stressful because I have a full-time job and also another channel, so I don't have a lot of time. But if you want to help me avoid having the full-time job, go ahead and go to patreon.com/deadmeatjames and do a little contribution there. Because eventually, if I get enough, I will leave my job because I want Dead Meat to be my job because I fucking love it. I fucking love Dead Meat. All right. Let's move on and get to the editing process. So I'm nearly at the end of covering Scream. And you'll see I just have a video track here. Or, I'm sorry, just an audio track here with no video. That's what I call a scratch track. I just record myself reading the script so that I can edit movie over it. And then later, after I record the actual video of me doing it, I just transfer that movie footage over onto the actual footage of me. Yeah, it'll make sense.
See, that time it worked. She pops out of the closet and beats Billy down with an umbrella.
The audio quality and the performance in the scratch track is going to be really shitty. Don't worry, it'll be a lot better when I'm actually performing it.
Pops out of the closet. She pops out of the closet and beats Billy down with an umbrella before she pops out of the closet and beats Billy down with an umbrella before Stu charges at her.
I'll try to chat with you guys as much as I can because I love you guys. That's why I'm doing the chat, just so I can communicate with you. Oh, it is Father's Day. I definitely have to call my dad. Ha! Should have done that before I started the stream, but I'll call him later. Don't worry, I won't forget. Patreon works with, you give me monthly payments, and then in exchange, you get rewards. It's not just like you're throwing money and nothing happens. If you do $5 or more, you get the videos out on Thursday. I send the link to you on Thursday, and you get to watch it before everyone else. So that's really cool. There are other rewards for higher levels that are like I'll do a movie review. I'll watch a movie, and it won't be edited because I don't have the time. The time, as you'll see, if you're new to this channel and new to me, time is the most precious element in my life because I have none of it. So but I will make time to watch a movie and then just like record a unedited review of it where I'm just talking about it. I forget what the other rewards are. You can check it out. But definitely, if you can afford to, if you're comfortable doing it, it would mean the world to me if you contributed to my Patreon because, like I said, I would very much like to have Dead Meat be my job because I just love it so much. And I know that a lot of you guys want. I'm spamming the link into the chat, so like that link spam, that's me. And I would just love to make this my job. And I know that a lot of you guys want me to release videos more often, and I want to. I have so many fucking ideas for video series to do on this channel, but right now I don't have the time to do it because of my job. So if you want to help me out, go ahead and jump in on that Patreon. All right. Okay, here. There's a bunch of people in here, so let me just establish the future of the kill count right now, okay? One, I plan to do it every week. I'm just predicting that in the future I'll have to take a week off here or there just to like catch up with editing. It's a lot of fucking work to make these things, but plan on it being every Friday, okay? Two, and this is the big one, I can't do another big series right now, like Nightmare or Halloween or Hellraiser or anything like that, because the way I make the series is I watch all of the movies first, and then I write all of the scripts, and then I do a lot of editing, then I shoot them, then I do more editing. But that means I have to watch. So for Friday, I was able to do it because my channel hadn't been launched yet. So I was able to sit down and watch all 12 movies with no like pressure, no time pressure on me, right? So, oh wow, thanks, Rose. If that's what you're comfortable with, thank you so much. But yeah, if it's a big series, I don't have the time to do it right now. I fucking wish I could. I would love nothing more than to do Nightmare on Elm Street next, because that makes sense. But I can't. So I'm doing Scream because there's only 4 movies. I was able to watch them all. I've got all the scripts written. I'm moving along in that process. After Scream, I'm going to be doing movies that are either just solo movies or have one sequel. So The Thing is going to happen. I plan on doing The Descent. It's one of my favorite horror movies. Maybe some weird shit. Slumber Party Massacre. That's like a trilogy. I might do that. It's interesting. In September and October, we're going to have the Child's Play series comes out. Because there's a new one. The 7th one comes out in October. So leading up to that release, I'm going to be doing the Child's Play series. It's 6 movies, so it is going to be a bit of a burden on me, but I do want to get these big series out there. And then moving on after that, if I get more time, fuck yeah. If I still have to have my job, then I'm going to just have to wait for like a vacation to happen and then dedicate that vacation to watching fucking 10 Halloween movies in order to do it. But we'll see. Okay. I really appreciate all your suggestions. I'm so excited to do them. I do want to do every fucking movie, like every slasher for the kill count, because that's what the kill count's good for, is slashers. But I don't know if you saw on Twitter, I have like a list that I just want to do them all, man. I want to do Ice Cream Man starring Clint Howard. I want to do Chopping Mall. Like, it's insane what I want to do. Eventually I will. Other series that I want to have on the channel but I don't have the time to do right now, so many. I have so many talented friends on YouTube, people who do makeup, so I would love to get like gore makeup applied to me. I would love to do a series just called What's Your Favorite Scary Movie, where I talk to big YouTubers and ask them what their favorite scary movies are. I'd love to go explore shooting locations for horror movies, because I'm in Southern California around a bunch of other locations to go check out and explore. And I would love to do like film theory and stuff about like gender representation in horror movies and just like historical cultural effects of fear on the subgenres of horror movies. I want to do it all. I very much want to do it all. I can't right now because of my job. But one day, I think I will. I'm feeling pretty good about Dead Meat. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm feeling pretty good about the way it's going. Thank you for the 500,000 views on Freddy vs. Jason. That's insane. Alien, I will do probably more sooner rather than later, because there's only 4 of them. So, thumbs up for Alien. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to start focusing on the editing, so I might not be able to... This chat looks insane. I feel like I might need a moderator. Matt, you're the lucky boy. There you go, Matt. You take care of anyone who's being naughty, okay? So, going to focus on the editing now for a little bit. I'll try to, Oh, hey, here's a way to get my attention. I will absolutely respond to any of your messages if you do a super chat. It's another money thing. Sorry. But it's the little dollar symbol beneath the like chat message thing. Hey, Sierra. Hey, Emily. And if you click that and then type in I think it can be $2 or more, and then your message will be highlighted, and I'll definitely respond to it. Other than that, though, this shit's moving really fast, and it's kind of freaking me out. But Oh, good. Tyler's here too to also be an editor, or a moderator. But right now I got to edit. I got to edit. All right, cool.
She pops out of the closet and beats Billy down with an umbrella before.
This is also, if you'll notice, I don't know if any of you know anything about video editing, but I'm going to be doing very rough cuts. I'm not going to be fine-tuning things because that comes later. This, I'm just trying to get this shit down.
Stu charges at her and they have a little wrestling match. She eventually charges at her and they have a little wrestling match. She eventually subdues him with the
Ghostface gets hit with so many bases to the head throughout this series. Oh, Cat. Hey, Labyrinth lyrics. Thank you, Cat. That's like your third super chat in 24 hours. I really appreciate it.
subdues him with a vase to the head and then kills the vase to the head and him with a vase to the head and the vase to the head.
Also, guys, if you're new to editing, it's very repetitive, so you might get bored, but we'll see.
Vase to the head and then kills him.
Yeah, motorcycle, that's true. She did the umbrella, like the retractable tip, I guess, didn't work or something, and it did like
Vase to the head and then kills
Skeet Ulrich's torso, and like, what, did it hit him in the heart?
him by dropping a TV on his face. It's funny how this kill wouldn't really work nowadays. I don't even think even the biggest flat screen would be enough to kill someone like this. See? Technology makes us all safer. Randy comes to just in time to get Randy comes to just in time to get punched.
Sorry. Oh my God, Brandon, I thought you were dead. I probably should be. I never thought I'd be so happy to be a virgin.
To just in time to get punched in the face by Billy, but before Billy can finally kill Sydney, he gets shot by Gal, who's by Gal.
All right, Pringle Man. No need to spam emojis there.
Kill Sydney, he gets shot by Gal, who's also come back because you just
I would love to do Final Destination. There's a lot of those, though. I mean, there's only 5, but that's borderline too many.
who's also come back because you just don't kill off friend star Courtney Cox like that. Randy informs
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
All right, Citus Decina. I read your comment. Thank you for watching from the beginning. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're here.
friend star Courtney Cox like that.
Careful.
Randy informs them of the classic horror trope of Randy informs them of the classic horror trope about endings.
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
And Billy's finally killed with
Thank you, original username. Appreciate it.
And Billy's finally killed with a gunshot to the head by Sydney, giving us our seventh and final kill of the movie. You'd think there would have been more, but most of the time, Ghostface was just attacking Sydney and letting her get away. Also, all the fake-out deaths don't help the body count, such as don't help the body counts.
Thanks, crazy creators.
Not in my movie.
Not in my movie. That's what you sound like now. Nicholas, I was able to do Friday the 13th because my channel hadn't been launched yet. I worked on Friday the 13th for months. It was months of work getting those ready to launch.
Hang in there, baby. All right.
Oh no, I don't want to be popping that mic, yo. Sorry. Is it really annoying? Or are you talking about like my temp recording? Because that's popping because I like held it right the fuck up to my mouth by accident.
The body count, such as Dewey, who is revealed to be still alive and on a stretcher at the end of the movie, which closes with a report from
Hi, this is Gail Weathers with an exclusive.
Gail Weathers with an exclusive.
which closes with a report from Gail Weathers and a
Eyewitness account of this amazing breaking story. Several more local kids are dead, making an all played out here in this peaceful sirens of the larger cities that is.
crane shot of that awesome house. And just like that, the horror genre changed forever. Let's do the numbers.
Okay, cool. So I now have a rough coverage of Scream. Wow, I use a lot of movie clips. Any blue things down here? Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see my mouse. The blue clips down here are audio clips from the movie. I think that's a lot more than I used in most Friday the 13th episodes. Although I think I used a lot in Jason X maybe. Whatever, though. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. I need to start covering Scream 2, but before that, I need a scratch track. I mean, I don't need to do this before, but I'm just going to do it just to share this part of the experience with you guys. I need to record a scratch track of the Scream 3 script. So what you're going to see is me just fucking doing a speed run of the Scream 3 script. If I can find it. And that's what I'll use to edit. So for the next, it's going to take me 15 minutes because that's how long these usually take. So for the next 15 minutes, you're just going to see me reading. And I definitely won't be able to respond to anything that you guys say. So my apologies for that, but I need to get this done. Okay, lower the recording volume on this boy. All right. Move the mic away too. Okay. This is scratch track for Scream 3. There's also a bunch of people watching you do this live, future James. So just so you know, when you were recording this, there were a bunch of fucking people watching you record this. All right, so don't fuck up. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Scream 3, released in the year 2000 as the final chapter of the Scream trilogy until the fourth one came out 11 years later. Just like the first two films, Scream 3 is self-aware and metatextual, commenting on tropes and traditions in horror movies, this time focusing on what happens when a trilogy ends. Unlike the first two, though, this movie is not very good. The tone has shifted drastically away from horror and into comedy, which, to be fair, was mostly because production began less than a month after the Columbine shooting. But there's also just a bunch of bad decisions all over the place. For instance, Jay and Silent Bob show up for a quick cameo. And the killer's new plot device is painfully lazy. Ghostface now has a tool that lets him mimic absolutely anybody's voice, meaning you can never trust that the person on the phone is who they say they are. It pisses me off because that technology doesn't even exist today, yet alone 17 years ago, and the whole movie revolves around this unrealistic thing. Oh well, at least there aren't like ghosts of Sydney's dead mom running around. You're kidding. Let's get to the kills. We all know by now that the Scream movies have intro scenes that kill off a couple of characters, so it's a little sad when the first person we see is Cotton Weary. He's finally got the fame he's always sought with a TV show and a Los Angeles home, but he's also got a problem in the form of a phone call from our favorite sexy-voiced killer. Ghostface tells him that his girlfriend Christina's in danger, so Cotton rushes home, driving very recklessly down Hollywood Boulevard. Back at home, Christina's the first one tricked by that stupid fucking voice changer thing when Ghostface pretends to be Cotton in her apartment. He chases her down, then still pretends to be Cotton from the other side of the door? What the fuck? That thing is supposed to sound perfectly like another human being, even in person? I can't with this, for real. Cotton finally gets home, but because Christine got fooled by that bullshit, she takes a golf club and whacks him in the head with it. Ghostface comes from behind and stabs her in the back for our first kill of the movie. I'm already so mad about that fucking voice changer thing, guys. I'm sorry. It's just so stupid. Cotton tries to escape and knocks a bookcase down onto Ghostface, but then gets thrown across the room with a ridiculous sound effect. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I'm sure 6'3" Leaf Schreiber would fly through the air from a hit like that. Anyway, Ghostface plunges his knife into Cotton's chest and reveals his little voice box thing, then goes to stab him in the head to end the intro sequence. It's time to check in with Sydney Prescott and see how she's doing. She's living in the California mountains with a whole bunch of security measures and a cute little doggo, and she's taken up a job as a crisis counselor, which, you know, you'd think she'd want to avoid phones after all that's happened to her, but I guess she's strong like that. Meanwhile, Gail is giving lectures to college journalism classes, and she's contacted by Detective Mark Kincaid about Cotton Weary's death. Apparently, the murderer left a picture of Maureen Prescott on Cotton's body, our first hint that this movie's going to steep itself in a bunch of retconning backstory. Over on a Hollywood lot where they're producing Stab 3, director Roman Bridger and producer John Wilton argue with a bunch of studio execs about whether or not to move forward with production after the murders. A lot of meta commentary here, considering the whole Columbine thing. Milton is skeptical that there's any connection, but Kincaid's partner Detective Wallace thinks otherwise. Next, we meet the cast of Stab 3. You got Tyson playing a Randy Meeks-like character, Angelina replacing Tori Spelling as Sid, Tom Prince as a much sexier Deputy Dewey, and Sarah Darling as some character named Candy. When Gail comes to set to do her investigating or whatever, she runs into Jennifer Jolie, the actress playing her in the movie. Looks like Jennifer's hooking up with the Dew Man, who shows up with one of those weird-ass line readings that only David Arquette can deliver. Seriously, dude, learn to do something with your face. Anyway, Dewey's a technical advisor on the film because, fuck it, we need some reason to have all these people together again. Sydney and her dad talk about how isolated she is and how he wishes she'd come back home. They also talk about her mom, so when Sydney goes to sleep later that night, she has a dream where her mom comes and visits her. It's pretty stupid, but it's also effectively creepy. I mean, look at this. Yeah, that one got me. It's not as scary when she just kind of slides down the window, but whatever. Sydney's dream ends with a Ghostface attack, but she wakes up and everything's okay. For now. Sarah heads to the lot in order to work with Roman on her lines. She talks to him on the phone, but then he gets creepy and becomes Ghostface. When she goes to hide in the prop closet among a bunch of empty Ghostface costumes, the real Ghostface pops out and attacks her, and we get a gimmicky fight where Sarah keeps grabbing prop weapons to defend herself with. Ghostface ends the farce by punching her through a glass window and stabbing her in the back, giving us our third kill of the film. I keep wondering if Sarah was supposed to be Sarah Michelle Gellar's character from Scream 2, or if that makes any sense, or if it even matters at all. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. That night, the cast assembles at Jennifer's house in the hills to rip up their scripts because the movie's finally been shut down. Jennifer shows Dewey a headshot of hers, and Gail oversees their little bedroom interaction by spying in through the window. She's discovered by Jennifer's bodyguard Stephen Stone, played by Patrick Warburton, who is just the best guy ever. And after he brings her inside, Gail tells Dewey that she's learned Maureen Prescott ran away to Hollywood for a year or two when she was 19. They realize one of Maureen's pictures was taken in the exact spot that Jennifer's headshot was, bullshit, revealing that Maureen had been at the Sunrise Studios backlot 28 years ago. While Stone is snooping around in Dewey's trailer that he lives out... This line is too much. While Stone is snooping around in Dewey's trailer, he gets a call from Dewey, but turns out that it's Ghostface, who pops out and stabs him in the back. Stone fights back because he's Patrick fucking Warburton, but Ghostface drives the knife deeper in with the wall and then a frying pan. Still, Stone manages to stumble to the front porch before finally falling down and dying. And with Patrick Warburton dead, my interest in the movie drops by half. Now everyone's freaking out as the lights go out and they get a fax from the killer detailing what's happening in screenplay form. It's a super unlikely sequence with all of them going back and forth, outside and inside, and for some reason just having to read the next page of Ghostface's shitty first draft screenplay. Tom goes inside by himself to read the final page, and even though he can read part of the script, I guess it's too dark in there to read more than 8 words, so he strikes a Zippo for light and blows the fuck up because I guess the house was filled with gas. There's just so much unlikely shit that went into his death that I don't have the time to bitch about all right now, so let's just move on and we can all whine together in the comments. On a road down the hill, Ghostface attacks Gal, but Dewey shoots him down. After Jennifer and Angelina show up to the party suspiciously late, they discover another headshot of Maureen on the ground, this time with a little note. What? Come on, Scream 3. Billy Loomis and Stu Macher killed Maureen Prescott. Remember? For flashing her shit all over town like she was Sharon Stone? Even Gal and Dewey know that shit's whack, and they tell Kincaid Oh, my mouth is getting so spitty. Hey, guys. Hi. Just recording a thing for Scream 3. Yeah. Even Gal and Dewey know that shit's whack, and they tell Kincaid as much, but he just wants to contact Sid to see if she can help with the case. Lucky for him, earlier Sid got a call from Ghostface on her home line, scaring her out of her safe haven and causing her to come to the police station, where reunions and hugs are had aplenty. She doesn't have any info to help Kincaid, though, so the next stop for the gang is the back lot where this chick shows up, and I guess it's Martha Meeks, Randy's never-before-mentioned sister. She has a tape for him, and it ends up being Randy, who apparently filled himself before his death in Scream 2 so he can inform them all about the rules of a trilogy, and also so Jamie Kennedy could make rent that month. Randy makes an excuse for this movie's shitty retconning, and then he signs off, never to get meta in a horror movie again. Gal and Jennifer team up and go to the studio archives where Carrie Fisher cameos as a character who looks like Carrie Fisher and has some sharp words about Carrie Fisher. She gives them Maureen's file, which reveals that she worked on a couple of John Milton movies back in the day, making him a suspect. Meanwhile, Sid runs into Angelina in the bathroom, who has a Ghostface mask on her, making her a suspect. Everybody's a suspect. Sid wanders out onto the set of Stab 3, which for no fucking reason has all the locations from the original Scream, which would have been covered in Stab 1. And what the fuck was even in Stab 2? What the fuck are these Stab movies? Ghostface pops up and a chase ensues, including the classic running up the stairs and throwing shit down at him. When Sidney gets away from Ghostface, she discovers a bloody room and gets attacked by Ghost Bod, causing her to tumble out the second-story window before Dewey and the cops show up and save her. Dewey and the Gales come to John Milton's office to question him, where Roman has been bitching about his movie being shut down. Also, it's his birthday, and he's having a party that night. Milton reveals that Maureen worked for him and got caught up in some rapey-sounding Hollywood sex parties. Ew. Dewey gets a call from Sidney, who says she's going to Roman's party at Milton's house, so he and the ladies head over there to find that gasp Sidney was never invited to the party in the first place. The Stabcast and crew start wandering around to explore Milton's old Hollywood home, even though Tyson makes some good points about why that's a bad idea. While they're out, Dewey and Gale discover the phone that called Dewey is in the hall closet, along with that awful fucking plot device. How? How does it have your voices? I miss Kevin Williamson, who wrote all the other Screams, but not this one. They split up because nobody has any goddamn sense anymore, and in the basement, Gail discovers Roman's body in a coffin. She checks his pulse. I'm going to go ahead and spoiler that he's not actually dead here, because it doesn't make any fucking sense, because she checks his fucking pulse. Damn, this movie's done. The ladies all wind up together, but Angelina gets scared and yells at the Gales before running off in a super funny way. She doesn't make it very far, though, getting cut off by getting cut off by Ghostface, who stabs her in the chest, killing her as she screams. I really like Emily Mortimer, but she was definitely wasted in this role. Not much to do besides look shady and run awkwardly. That's where it came from. After a Disney Channel-like scream from the Gales, everyone gets attacked by Ghostface again, and when Tyson tries to fight back, he gets stabbed in the gut. He starts to run away, getting into a funny line while he does, before Ghostface pulls the rug out from him, causing this to happen. Ouch, that's gotta be a broken neck. Just to be sure he's dead, though, Ghostface throws him off the balcony, where his body will lie for the rest of the movie. Bet that actor was pissed about all the extra days he had to show up to set to lie there dead. Ghostface chases Jennifer through secret passageways in the mansion before cornering her in these pervy two-way mirrors overlooking a bedroom. Before Dewey can free her with his gun, she gets stabbed in the gut, her body ultimately falling through the final mirror pane onto the floor. Just once in this movie, I'd like to see an inventive or extra gory kill, but nope, it's just not going to happen. Eventually, Ghostface is able to snatch up Gal and drag her into the basement, then subdue Dewey by hitting him in the head with the handle of his knife. So now he's got both of them because Gal didn't bother to take advantage of the distraction. That needs to be edited. Sidney gets bored of the police station and finds Kincaid's book report on her mom before getting a call from Ghostface. He tells her to come to Milton's mansion by herself if she wants to save Gal and Dewey, so she reluctantly agrees to, but not before spying some body armor with a little eye and taking Detective Wallace's gun, which has got to be a felony or something. Ghostface sees it's coming, though, so when she gets there, he has her use a metal detector on herself and throw her gun in the pool before coming inside. Once inside, he attacks her, but she pulls another gun out and shoots him. After she unties her buddies, he disappears like Ghostface always does. Then Kincaid shows up, and he looks pretty suspicious before he gets attacked by Ghostface, and then for the umpteenth time, Ghostface chases Sidney around. This script needs a lot of editing. They always do. She goes behind a secret bookcase and finds a projector showing old footage of her mom. Ghostface reveals himself to be Roman, who's also Sidney's half-brother. See, Maureen had another kid when she was in Hollywood, Roman, but when he tracked her down years later, she turned him away. So he started filming her dalliances around town with Cotton and Billy's father, which he ended up showing to Billy to convince him and Stu to murder Maureen. You know, like a director. Yeah, we got it, dude. Roman plans to frame Sidney for everything, making it look like she killed everyone else leading up to John Milton, the man who Roman blames for Maureen's loss of innocence. He slits Milton's neck and throws him to the ground, giving us our 9th kill in this movie, and the only one where it's like, yeah, maybe that dude deserved it. Sidney and Roman have a little scuffle during which a lot of things are broken against Roman's head, and he just punches and kicks the crap out of Sidney. Kincaid tries to come to the rescue, but gets knocked out by Roman, who takes his gun and shoots Sidney in the gut. Damn! And he ain't done yet, he also shoots her in the chest. Damn! Double damn. But then he looks away and she pulls a ghost face, disappearing from sight, only to pop up and stab Roman in the back with a ice pick, not a letter opener. She shows off her bulletproof vest and then stabs him once more, with Dewey and Gale arriving just in the nick of too late. Dewey cautions Sydney, and it turns out he's right, because Roman pops up and takes a ton of bullets to the vest from Dewey before a headshot finally puts him down, giving us our 10th and final kill of the movie and ending Roman's whiny little massacre. Seriously, that guy was one grimy little pimp. The film ends at Sydney's idyllic home with Dewey proposing to Gale. It's a ring in a box. Open up the cover page, a ring in a book. Oh, it's a ring in a book. She says yes, giving us another kind of meta moment, as Cox and Arquette were already married after meeting on set of the original movie. The two of them, Kincaid and Sydney, all have a movie night, and when Sydney's door blows open, she leaves it open because symbolism. Also because California got that bomb-ass weather and there ain't no mosquitoes here. West Coast, best coast. Let's do the numbers. Okay. So, thanks, guys. I just recorded the scratch track for Scream 3. Scratch track is an audio-only track that I'm going to be editing movie footage over. Double damn is not in the script. I'm going to add it. I add whatever. If I improvise something and I like, I add it. Okay. So now, but I'm probably not going to get to Scream 3 today, unfortunately. I've got to work on Scream 2. So as you can see here, I've got all of Scream covered with this audio-only recording of the script, like you just saw me do. And I put in movie footage over it. So the next step will just be to record myself doing the actual episode, and then I transfer the movie footage over to that and make adjustments. A lot of adjustments need to be made, but this is very crucial. This saves me a lot of time, I think. So that's cool. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Harley Motorcycle. Thank you, Catherine. Cynical Vlogs, I'm always tired, man. I'm also eating a banana. All right, let's find the Scream 2 audio that I know I recorded. I'm going to try to chew off mic for the benefit of you guys. What the fuck? Oh, man. My, this one hard drive has been acting really weird. I don't like it. Let's see. So this is interesting.
This is the scratch test.
Okay. So when I reveal this file in Explorer, it opens up this folder that's completely empty. Do I have to view? What the fuck? But the information's here because I can play it. What's really interesting about this, though, is I've had files for 0 bytes. What the fuck? This folder's weird as fuck. Wow. How's it saying there's a folder in here? Oh, no. Can I view... Am I viewing hidden items? It's not hidden. Wow, this is really fucking weird. Okay. Damn. I don't like that at all. I don't know what to do about that. Because there should be another file in that folder, but it doesn't show up. But, like, is it there? Damn, that's messed up. Because where's my Scream 2 audio, yo? Oh, fuck. Here's some Scream 4 audio. Oh, yo, this is real fucked up, man. I just want my sound file, yo. Sorry, guys. I have all the mods I need. Yo, where my Scream 2 audio, man? Hey, thanks. Thanks for saying my stuff's good. Okay, what's this? What's this file?
This is scratch track for Scream 3.
Fuck, that's Scream 3. That's the one I just did? For real?
Hello, this is the scratch track for Scream 2.
Scream 2. Okay, I found it. This is the original file, though. That's fine. But I know I transferred that to a fucking... God damn it, hard drives. Hard drives are fucking lame, man. They're always fucking up. Okay, so I'm just going to move these guys over. Jesus. And I'm gonna leave them on here because I don't want to delete anything. All right. So this should be Scream 3, I believe.
This is scratch track for Scream 3.
Yeah, 3.
There's
Okay,
all-
and then I need Scream 2.
Hello,
No Young
this is
KO.
the,
My episodes come out
scratch
every
track
Friday.
For Scream 2.
Okay. So this is Scream 2 scratch track. That's not an easy thing to say. Okay. So now it's time to do this. And you can begin to understand perhaps how much work these take. Because they take a lot of work. Duplicate this sequence just so I keep the right settings. Then I'll just move that in here. Should have just done that to begin with. So now I'm working on the Scream 2 test sequence, but I just don't need any of the Scream 1 shit. Still there on that sequence, not on this one. Cool. So let's move the Scream 2 test audio into here, and then, Dominic Ulibari, thank you. Which Scream film has your favorite opening scene? It's hard to beat that first one. I don't think anything could. It's such a good opening sequence between the phone call, the fact that it has the advantage of being the original, because in the later ones you are expecting what happens, but killing Drew Barrymore right away, that's amazing. That's so cool. And then just the whole house chase sequence. I really like the second one too, the theater one. That's fun. Cotton Weary, I like seeing him drive down Hollywood Boulevard because I lived there a few years ago. Scream 4, I don't even know what to think about that because it's so meta. But the original Scream, that fucking opening sequence, man, it's unbelievable. Christian, I got the shit on my shelf through a variety of sources. A bunch of it was from Loot Crate's October thing last year, like their spooky one. And then I got some of the other shit from Monster Palooza, which was such a fun convention to go to.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Scream 2, released in 1997, less than a year after the original smashed all expectations with audiences and critics alike. Writer Kevin Williamson and director Wes Craven returned to make a Scream sequel that commented on horror sequels, much like the original commented on the genre in general.
So now I'm just going to go through and tighten up this. I don't know if this pass is necessary. This might be a waste of my time. I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to go
With
through
them
this
came the
audio
entire
and tighten
surviving
it up
cast and a
for
much
when I
bigger
put the
budget
movie
since
footage
the
over it.
original proved to be such a hit. In this
Mostly
film,
taking
Sidney
out
Prescott
breaths.
has moved on to the fictional Windsor College in Ohio and is having a hard time moving past the events of the original since Hollywood just had to go and make a movie about it.
Thanks, Teardrop.
Scream 2 is similar to the original in terms of tone
Thanks,
and
Cyberkiller.
quality, but based on the rules of a sequel that Randy gives us,
Yeah, what up, XTG? Stay
it
cool.
does have a slightly higher body count.
Thanks, Frankie Emery.
How much higher? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Do 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 do.
Scream 2 has a similar opening to the original, killing an established actress to kick off the movie. This time it's Jada Pinkett Smith playing Maureen Evans, a chick who is not excited about the new Stab movie. Her boyfriend Phil convinces her to see it anyway, so they settle in and watch scenes that are a carbon copy of the original film, only with Heather Graham as a fictionalized Casey Becker. Phil heads to the bathroom to find the urinal is occupied, so he steps into a stall where he overhears some weird noises from the next toilet over. When he puts his ear closer to get a better listen,
Thanks,
Ghostface
Nathan.
takes out his trusty
What
knife
up,
and stabs
Genesis?
through the partition, getting a direct hit in on Phil, who bleeds out his mouth. Ghostface pulls out the knife and Phil slinks down to his death. If the stab wound didn't kill him, the infection from lying on the
Thanks,
bathroom
Anthony.
floor
It is
that
really
probably
exciting.
Ghostface sits down next to Maureen after she cowers against his shoulder and finds blood on his jacket. He unsheathes his knife once more and stabs her in the stomach. She stands up and tries to get away, but Ghostface follows her, repeatedly sticking her in the back and side as the audience obliviously cheers around her. She stumbles up in front of the screen and lets out a howl before falling back and
Thank you,
dying in
Jeff.
front of everyone.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Sad that she got killed because people weren't paying attention, but I will say it'd be kind of dope to be in a theater with that many people going balls crazy over a horror movie.
What up, Taz?
After our title card, we're reintroduced to Sidney Prescott, who has learned how to use caller ID to ward off people fucking with her. She and her roommate Hallie find out about the theater murders on TV, and with reporters. She and her roommate Hallie find out about the theater murders on TV, and with reporters swarming all over her, we're off to the races again. At the same college is Brandy Meeks, which seems a little weird to me, but he has a debate in his film class with new characters Cece Cooper and Mickey Altieri.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
There they
Aw,
argue
cool.
about the merits of sequels, which is really just an excuse for the characters to be self-aware and borderline meta. The murders attract Deputy Dewey to town, who's limping around way outside his jurisdiction to check in on Sydney and make sure she's okay. The media circus also stirs
What up,
Gail
Addo?
Weathers, who blows into town with a new cameraman named Joel since her last one got his throat slit.
Ashley, you're asking what my favorite part of the process is. I mean, releasing them is definitely my favorite, just because I get to like bask in comments and views and refresh my analytics on my phone every couple of minutes. Fridays are the best day of my week by far. But really love watching the movies because it's watching horror movies. It's what I love. It's why I do this. I don't like writing the scripts. I once wanted to be a writer, and then I discovered that I didn't love it enough to just devote hours and hours and hours to it. So, I mean, writing the scripts is okay, but it's not my favorite. Editing's fine. This first edit kind of sucks because there's so much work to do. Then filming them is fun because it's pretty simple. And I like to host and perform. And then taking this edit and putting it over my recording, that's fun too, because it's really bringing it together. So I don't know what my least favorite part is. Maybe the writing the script, I don't know.
She gets some lavish praise by local reporter Debbie Salt, played by Laurie Metcalf, with just the perfect amount of crazy in her eye before
What up,
stirring
Bree?
some shit by confronting Sydney with Cotton Weary. Cotton has recently been exonerated from the crime of murdering Sydney's
Thanks,
mom,
Rose.
Maureen, and just wants to make amends.
What up, Jonas? Half of the script is me being like, thanks, blank name. What up, blank name? For instance, what's up, crazy legs? A loyal cat? Oh, no. Aw, Jeff, I will give Lucy a hug. She's not here. I think she's in bed with Chelsea, but...
But Sydney ain't having it, so she backslaps Gal to the ground.
Jamie,
Also
that's
with
a
Gal
good
on their
idea.
shit list.
A Q&A for my fans.
Also with Gal on their shit list. Also with Gal on their shit list, Dewey, who's upset that she wrote about him in her book.
Oh, thanks, Kate. Go buy yourself some bananas. I will, because this one's almost done. Thank you, Joe. I'm really excited, too.
Yeah, well, maybe quit making all those weird faces and you'd get more respect, Dewey. That night, there's a big old sorority house party where a very young Portia de Rossi and her sorority sister Rebecca Gayhart try to recruit Sydney to the Greek life. House sitting another sorority by herself is Cece, who gets a call from a familiar voice. As can be expected, the call turns into harassment, and And while Cece confides in another sorority sister about her worries,
Hi, Knife. Hi,
Ghostface
Steven.
slips
Hi,
into the
Louie.
front
Hi,
door.
Savage.
He attacks her and chases her up multiple staircases where she throws plants and bicycles at him before he catches up to her and throws her through the glass door onto the patio. Stabs her multiple times in the back and then tosses her several stories down to the concrete ground below for the third kill of the movie. The party that Sydney's at is cut short when everyone hears about Cece's murder, so they all rush out and, wait, what the fuck is that guy doing? What the fuck is that face? Best extra ever. When Sydney goes back inside to get her denim jacket, she gets a familiar phone call before
Ree,
Ghostface
it's
attacks her
very
because,
exciting.
just like the original,
It makes me...
this movie isn't afraid of putting
Very
Sydney in
happy.
danger early on. When Derek goes inside to find and fight Ghostface,
No,
Dewey
fuck
arrives
Dewey.
and finds Derek alone and slashed in the arm.
David Arquette gives such weird
How you
lines,
doing,
especially
Sid?
in
Feeling some
Scream
trust
2.
issues?
I think,
Yeah,
is
so is
peak
Dewey, who's
weird
questioning why
fucking
Derek went
Dewey.
back into the house alone.
He makes such, like,
Way to blame the
his
victim.
faces are insane.
Gail figures out the killer is doing a sort of copycat thing going
That's
on.
Dewey.
So Sydney gets a couple of detectives to shadow her from now on. Everyone's starting to suspect each other, with Mickey naming Randy as a possible killer. So Derek doesn't do himself any favors when he starts singing a Sid in front
What
of
up,
the entire
SNF?
cafeteria in a
Spicy?
super cringy
Spicy
rendition
man?
of "I Think I
Little
Love You."
spicy boy.
I mean, laugh all you want. Jerry O'Connell had to audition with this scene, and it got him the part. Afterward, he gives his Greek letters to her, which we're told is a big deal.
Oops. Whoa, don't want to.
After watching a scene from Stab where Tori Spelling plays Sydney and Luke Wilson plays Billy Loomis, Randy explains to Dewey the rules of a sequel.
Thanks,
while
Masked.
Dewey continues to make ridiculous fucking faces. In the school theaters, Sydney rehearses the play Agamemnon, where she plays Cassandra. During a seizure-inducing chorus scene, she starts seeing Ghostface in the crowd, but she's not sure if it's real or if she's just
Danny,
having
I
some
don't know
PTSD
what
type
that
issues.
translates to in American money, but it feels like it's too much money for one person to give me,
Derek shows
so
up
please
at
don't
the
do
perfect
that.
time there, just seems suspicious, so
That's the thing is,
Sydney
with
tells him to go on a
donations,
get.
I mean, I love, and the shit, they're not donations,
While
they're
hanging out on
contributions,
campus,
because you
Randy
get
gets a call
rewards.
from
It's like
Ghostface, so
something,
he,
it's
Gal,
like
and Dewey
a,
try to figure out who's making the
it's like a
call.
word thing. I'm not supposed to say donations, but
Whereas in the first Scream, it was
I'd much rather
suspicious
have
when
a
Billy had cell phone.
ton
I guess by
of
1997, they were
smaller
much more
ones. I
common,
mean,
since everyone seems
big
to be
ones are
rocking
great,
them.
but the thing that worries me about big ones is if something happens to the person who's
This
donating
prevents
the
Gale
big
and Dewey
amount.
from tracking the killer down before
Something
Randy
happens,
gets
either they like decide that they can't
pulled into
afford it or
Gal's
whatever,
van
and
by
they
Ghostface,
pull out,
screams
then
and
that's
struggles
such a
being drowned
larger
out by a bunch of
percentage
youths
of
walking
what would
around.
be my income, as opposed to if like just a ton of people were
Blasting
throwing
Cottonmouth
small
Kings.
amounts of money at me,
Suburban life.
and then like something happened to one of those people
Gale
and they
and Dewey
decide they
eventually
couldn't do it,
found
it wouldn't be
Randy's
as
body
much
in
of
the van streaked with
an effect
blood.
on
I
me.
was always devastated by the loss of my favorite character, but I also always thought that it looked like someone just squirted a bunch of ketchup all over him there. Little hot dog Randy. In the library, Sydney gets some creepy.
Thank you, Friday the
from
13th.
Killer, and then Cotton Weary bugs her about doing an interview with
What's up,
Diane
Jake?
Sawyer. He gets roused.
Oops.
He gets roused up enough for the detectives to slam
I will
him
do
against
all
wall
the
and
horror
take him
movie
into the
series at
police
some
station, where
point. I
Cotton
just
reminds
can't do
everyone how
stuff like
innocent he
Halloween
is.
right now.
Yeah, well, maybe start acting like it, dude. He's not the only one being affected by this.
Hi, Panda. Hi,
Everyone's
Rogue.
on edge, with Gal cussing out Debbie Salt and cameraman
Thanks,
Joel quitting out for fear
OVMSBM.
for his life. Dewey and Gal manage to bond those, so they take Joel's tapes to the auditorium to see if they can find any clues.
I don't want to do a movie with thousands
Dewey
of
finds a hot
kill
one.
counts.
No,
So
not
that's
that
too many
one, but
graphics
another
I would
tape
have to
with
make.
footage of the kill. They spot Ghostface in the projector booth, and during the ensuing chase, Dewey and Gale get separated. Gale watches through soundproof glass as Dewey gets stabbed in the back by Ghostface yet again, sliding down in dramatic fashion as he spits up blood. But he doesn't make it onto the kill count because, spoiler alert, this movie just repeated the same dead Dewey fake out as the original.
Yeah.
Gale manages to lock Ghostface out
That's
for a
right,
room
Jeff.
long enough for the killer to get bored and disappear. After Sydney and Haley leave with their detective detail, Derek gets ambushed by his frat douche bros who are mad at him for giving his Greek letters to Sydney. They tie him up to the theater set design and engage in some really weird hazing ritual. Hazing ritual that just makes me hate Greek life more. Even though I know this is fiction. In their cop car, the detectives make a couple of shitty and borderline inappropriate jokes.
I try to notice who I can,
Ghostface
Cyber. I
pops
can't.
up and
I
slits the
can't
throat
call
of
out
Officer
everyone, but
Andrews. These guys were never
try.
given much personality to work with as characters, but at least they're able to beef up the body count.
Sebastian, they're basically the fucking same. That's the thing about Doofy.
Officer
They
Richards
didn't really have to
survives
do
Sydney's
much
bout with
to
Ghostface,
get that
but then becomes the
translation
hood
from
owner
Dewey to
as Ghostface
Doofy.
drives them through the streets, eventually crashing into
No, I'm
some
drinking
pipes and
coffee.
fucking him.
I have a coffee addiction.
Impale him through the head. It's a surprisingly gory kill for this movie, with Richards twitching as he dies, but I've got to give the movie credit for having such a graphic death. Maybe Randy was right about the increased gore.
Is that really what they
Sydney
say?
and Haley
Motorcycle?
Sydney and Haley tear through the police car mesh and crawl over the passed out Ghostface to get out of the car. Not sure why they didn't take the opportunity to just choke him to death or something right there. But they get out and they start running to safety before Sydney determines to turn back and find out who it is. When she gets there, she finds the car empty, and Ghostface pops up behind Haley, stabbing her in the chest and dropping her like it's hot. You just don't want to be friends with Sidney Prescott in these movies, man. It's basically certain death. Sydney's all right.
I don't
though.
think
She runs
Scream
off
was
and
my
goes gets
first horror movie, but I do remember
Yes.
my parents renting it right when it came out on VHS.
She makes her way to the
and me
she makes her way
watching
back-
it,
She makes her way
and
to the
then before
She
the
makes her way
opening
back to the
sequence was
theater. She
over, I
finds
like
Derek
ran into the
strung up
kitchen
and
and
passed
like
out,
hid
all
because it's so scary, it's
tuckered
so
out by all that
intense. Like
hashtag
before
Greek life
Casey was
stuff.
hung from the tree.
Ghostface shows up and reveals
So that would have
he's
been what?
Mickey, you know, the character you
either
haven't seen since
96 or
literally that
97?
cafeteria scene 45 minutes
Probably like
earlier. So,
late
yeah, it's
1996. So I would have been 7 years old when that
Mickey tries to
happened,
indict
and that would have
Derek as
been
his
when
partner in
like
crime,
so that
causing
happened, and I
Sydney
was
to
like
hesitate
afraid of
cutting
it,
him
right?
down, and then
But
Mickey makes Sid feel
very
super
shortly
bad by shooting
thereafter,
Derek
I
in the
like started to
chest.
get into them. But I distinctly remember that
It's kind
experience.
of a bummer that most of the kills in these movies
What up,
are
Rogue
just
Jewel?
stabbings and shootings, you know. But I can appreciate the psychological damage Mickey did to Sydney right there.
Shanito, I've thought about doing the Killer
Mickey fucks-
Clowns kill count. In fact, it was
Mickey fucks with her some
early
more,
on. It
telling
was
her
one of
that
the ones
he
that I was
wants to
going
be
to do
caught so he
after I
can blame it
finished
on the movies
Scream.
and
But then I looked at a
be
video of the
famous
kills
or
in it,
something, I
and
guess.
they're like all
Then-
just like random
And then he
nameless
reveals
people,
that there's
right?
a second killer.
And I don't know how
walks
fun
Gail,
that would
who's not the
be
second killer,
with the
guys,
format
that'd
of the
be
kill
too
count. I'll check it out and see.
Instead, it's Debbie Stahl, who Sydney immediately recognizes. In other words, that lady is. Yep. Her moves are a lot more simple than Mickey's. That's right, classic Pamela Voorhees-like revenge.
Thanks, Jamie. I cannot make
shows
them
off
more
her
often right
crazy
now
little
because I
warning
have
shooting
a
Mickey in
full-time
multiple
job
times,
that
and
takes
then
up a lot of my
shoots
time.
Gail,
If
causing her to
you
fall
want
off
to
the
help me
stage.
get to a place where I mean,
goes over
my
her
ultimate
full-time
plans
frame
for this
Mickey for
channel would
everything
be
before
having
Sydney hits her with a
2
beer bottle and
produced
gets
videos
away.
a week as well as a gaming live stream. So it'd be 3 things a week. If you want to help me get to that point where I can do that, donate to my contribute to my Patreon. You'll get monthly rewards for a monthly amount, which can be as little as $1 a month. Sorry, I'm wiping sleepies out of my eyes. Anyone else call them sleepies? I always did. Thanks, T-Dubs, for calling me a fucking savage and saying you love my videos. Thanks, man. But yeah, if you can contribute to my Patreon, that'll help me get to a point where I can make. I'm sorry, hey guys, for everyone who's been here since the beginning, I'm sorry. I'm like fucking pimping up my Patreon so much, but Dead Meat's the first time where I'm like, oh fuck, this might be successful enough for me to actually do this for a job, which is really exciting and which is something I've wanted to do for the 5 years that I've had my other channel, Practical Folks, which has been successful but not on this level. So that's why I keep pimping out my Patreon, because like I want to quit my job and do this. I love this so much.
Her bottle and gets away. She takes an axe to a bunch of ropes behind stage, essentially attacking Mrs. Loomis with college theater production design,
Thanks, Wolfpack.
causing a big ruckus with swinging lights and fake
Oh, I
flickering
love Star
flames
Wars.
forced with cardboard bricks knock her down.
OVMSMBMM.
She goes on the attack once more, knocking Sydney down, almost stabbing her, but then Cotton Weary shows up and holds her at gunpoint.
Matt, they're whatever I want. Cool.
Debbie pleads with her
You're welcome,
crazy
Jordan.
eyes and
Jordan
tries
and I
to
also
Cotton
dreamed
against
about
Sydney,
like
but Sydney agrees with
playing the
Diane
Friday the
Sawyer
13th
interview.
game. Yeah, it's a problem now.
Cotton shoots Mrs. Loomis. This actually does kill her, if you couldn't tell by Laurie Metcalf's exquisite dead body face right there.
No, Heather, I can't.
Who needs to beat on a hit sitcom like Roseanne when you can turn in a performance like that? Still, the survivors are a little concerned. And rightfully so, since Mickey pops up like a whirling dervish before the ladies shoot the shit out of him, finally killing him for realsies and
Do you have access to
giving us our
contact
10th
kill
and final
count? What do you
kill of
mean,
the
Julian?
movie. Just to be safe, though, Sydney puts one more bullet straight into Debbie's forehead.
You know that's a damn lie, Regan.
What?
You know I got you now.
Glad you're safe, Sid, but I am a little concerned about that kind of overkill. Once again, the movie ends with Dewey alive and wheeled out on a stretcher, this time Gail opting to go with him instead of filing a report. Sydney directs a gaggle of reporters to Cotton to give him the fame he so desperately desires, then walks off into the quad, content with a job well done and a pretty solid sequel.
All right, so now we have finished. I finished tightening up this little thing. It also helps to have these little edit points, these cuts, because then I know like to line up video footage with that. So, all right, let's just fucking get into it and start covering this with the film. As you can see in my movie file here, I have little markers, and those are for each death. And so that, I think the biggest thing for me with those markers is that when I'm making the graphics that pop up, and you may have noticed they have the time of death on the graphic, like however many minutes into the film, this is what I use those markers for that. And I just pop through, and I'm like, Oh, this is Casey or Cece's death, and it's 35 minutes in. Cool. All right, and then I go to the next one. Oh, this is this detective's death, and it's an hour 26 minutes into the film, etc., etc. Wait, what? This kills an hour 26, and that kills 35 minutes. Almost 50 minutes go by without a kill. I mean, it's Scream. Scream's not like Friday where it's like about the body. Oh wait, no, Randy dies. Why didn't I mark that? Maybe I was too traumatized. Oh no, Randy. There, mark that.
Thank you, Crystal.
All right, let's get to it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at...
When does that title card come up? After the death, right? What's cool about the Scream movies is I don't have to worry about accidentally live streaming some titties. It kept happening when I was doing Friday the 13th editing live streams.
Today we're looking at Scream 2, released in 1997, less than a year after the original smashed all expectations with audiences and critics. All expectations with audiences and critics alike. Writer Kevin Williamson and director
Danny, I will never be finished with all the horror franchises. There are so many horror franchises to do. I don't know, Heather.
Writer Kevin
Thanks, Marty's.
Williamson and director Wes Craven returned to make a Scream sequel that commented on horror.
Scream doesn't have opening credits, does it? Oh, it's kind of like Star Wars. Let's just grab...
alike. Writer Kevin Williamson and
Whoa, Steven, what's up, man? Why are you freaking out?
director Wes Craven returned to make a Scream sequel.
Conspiracy, I'm
Returned to make a Scream sequel that commented on horror sequels.
I'm using
much like
OBS,
the
but I have
original
two
commented
monitors.
on the genre in general. With them came the entire surviving cast and a much bigger budget, since the original proved to be such a hit. In this film, Sidney
Thanks,
Prescott
Sonny.
has moved on to the fictional Windsor College in Ohio and is having a hard time moving past the events of the original, since Hollywood just had to go and make a movie about it. Scream 2 is similar
covering
to
the
original in
intro
terms
is
of
kind of
tone and
annoying 'cause
quality,
it's,
but
like,
based on the rules of a sequel
bounced
that
all
Randy
over the
gives
place,
us,
so
it does
usually I
have a
just skip it and start
Scream 2
with the kills section of the video, because that moves in a chronological linear order, so I can be like, okay, just hopping along with the movie.
Scream 2 has a similar opening to the original, killing an established actress to kick off the movie. This
I should be studying. You know I got a bio.
Baby, did I miss?
actress to kick off the movie. This time it's Jada Pinkett Smith playing Maureen Evans.
On the street.
Nobody want to pay $7.50 to see some Sandra Bullock shit. That she naked.
Oh, but you will sit through a movie called Stab.
It's adrenaline.
Chick who is not excited about the new Stab movie.
Maureen.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is, okay? It's a dumbass white movie about some dumbass white girls getting their white asses cut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah, I suppose Sandra Bullock is Miss Ethnicity.
Thanks,
right?
Danny. I'm also
No,
very
all
proud
I'm
of that
saying is
thumbnail.
that genre is historical for excluding the African American element.
Well, that's how you get your PhD in black cinema, Sister Soldier.
Yep, Joe,
I read
that's
my entertainment
that's what it's
weekly.
gonna be. Friday the 13th remake is next. followed by Scream.
Not excited about the new Stab movie.
It's a dumbass white movie about some dumbass white girls getting their white asses cut the fuck up.
Lego, I explained it earlier. I can't do the big series right now because it takes up too much time. Yes, King Killer. Dead Meat is a one-person channel. I do everything. Although my girlfriend Chelsea helps with when we play the game on live streams, which is fun. Jeff, one of the problems with Dead Meat's success is that drunk Disney and drunk Star Wars look a lot less appealing to me when it comes time to edit because they don't get the success, same amount of success. So it's hard for me to bring myself to edit them, knowing that they won't be that successful and that they'll be as successful as they've been for a very long time and no more. Especially when I have all these fucking kill count steps to edit. So I can't promise anything about when the next Drunk Star Wars comes out. Joel wants it to be August. We'll see.
Her boyfriend Phil convinces her to see it anyway, so they settle in and watch scenes that are a carbon copy of the original.
Okay, I know. And it's white. Very romantic.
Her boyfriend Phil convinces her to see it anyway, so her boyfriend Phil convinces her to see it anyway, so they.
Thanks, Joe. Oh, thanks, Matt. I think Russell's going to be helping a little bit with, I don't know, we'll see. This fucking Nick Cave song is so cool.
They settle in and watch scenes that are a carbon copy of the original film, only with.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Eddie. Shanito, I might go to Midsummer Scream. I've never been. I don't have much of a story death vendor. I've wanted to do a personal channel for a long time. I actually want to do 3 different things: horror movies, fitness, and politics. But horror movies seemed like the easiest one to do, so that's what I started with. I hope to one day maybe, what'd that say? Oh, no, I don't want to eat a bag of shit. That's okay. Hope to one day be able to do the other 2, but since this took off so well, I'm going to stick with it for a little bit.
Heather Graham is a fictionalized Casey Becker. Phil heads to the bathroom to find the urinal.
With his red right hand. Hard to compare the soundtracks since Scream has Scream has like needle drop is what it's called in the editing world. Needle drop is like music tracks that you put in that aren't specifically composed for the film. So Scream has needle drop songs. I guess the later Fridays do, because they got fucking Alice Cooper and that awesome Metropolis song from Manhattan. But hard to compare them. I think both scores are good. I think the early Friday films, the scores are one of the best things about them. I think it helped make the series as successful as it is. It's also one of the best parts about the video game. Oh, I'd be a survivor. I'm a fucking survivor.
Phil heads to the bathroom to find the urinal is occupied, so he steps into a stall.
It is hard to work on something when you know that the reward is small, and it sucks
Phil heads
that
to the
that's
bathroom to find
like.
the urinal is occupied, so he steps into.
Ideally, that's not how I would judge what I work on. I would just do what makes me happy. I mean, even in that case, dead meat makes me the most happy, but it's rough when I have such little time. And again, if you're new to a live stream, you're gonna hear me bitch about how much time I don't have pretty frequently.
Hello?
But when my time is so limited, it just makes more sense for me to edit something like this that'll get 500,000 views. I don't know if Scream will. I predict Freddy vs. Jason will be the my video with the highest views for a while, just because that fucking dope ass thumbnail and shit. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to work
so
on
he
shit
steps into a
that
stall where he overhears some.
doesn't do as well. Conspiracy, man, I can't. I'm sorry, dude. Troubleshooting would take a while, you know, with OBS. OBS is kind of a tricky program. It's
So he steps into a stall
difficult
where he
to,
overhears
like-
some weird noises from the next toilet over.
to have not fuck up, so I'm sorry that I can't help you troubleshoot it.
The next toilet over. When he puts his ear close.
Yeah, sorry, man. Again, conspiracy. If I had more time, I would love to try to help you out.
When he puts his ear closer to get a better listen.
Yeah, I think one of the tests I'm gonna see is how the remake does, how that video does when I release it.
Ghostface takes out his trusty knife.
I don't think it'll do as well as Freddy vs. Jason, because I've also noticed that my videos with the word Jason in the title tend to do better. So that's why I expected Freddy vs. Jason at the success, not quite the success that it did, but
When he puts his ear closer to get a better listen, Ghostface takes out his trusty knife and stabs through the partition, getting a direct hit
yeah, I feel you, conspiracy.
on Phil, who bleeds out his mouth. Goes direct hit on Phil, who bleeds out his mouth.
Thanks, Wield Shank. Yeah, Sarah has a really good point that if you like me and my humor and you think I'm funny, check out my other channel. I'm gonna spam the chat. Check out all good, dude. Check out Practical Folks. Subscribe to us. We've been doing this for 4 years. Practical Folks is the reason that the kill count episodes are such good quality. People ask me how I have such good videos right off the bat, and it's because we did Practical Folks for like going on 4 years. So I've had a lot of experience with YouTube videos.
Bleeds out his mouth. Ghostface pulls out the knife and Phil slings down to his death. If the stab wound didn't kill him, the infection from lying on the bathroom floor like that probably would have. Slings down to his death. Who bleeds out his mouth. Ghostface pulls out the knife and Phil. Phil slings down to his death. the stab wound didn't kill him, the infection from lying on the bathroom floor like that probably would have. Ghostface 6.
Oh, Nathan, have fun, man. Sleepaway Camp is a fucking trip. Bye, Caitlin. Anyone in the chat, nobody spoil Sleepaway Camp. All right, if you spoil Sleepaway Camp, you'll get banned. All right, mods, you hear that? Anyone who spoils Sleepaway Camp, ban them. No warnings. Set lasers to kill, not stun. Because I don't abide by spoiling one of the best movies ever made. Just don't even say fucking anything about it.
Ghostface sits down next to Maureen after she cowers again. Ghostface sits down next to Maureen after she.
Give it up.
Virus, my videos come out every Friday. Thanks, Rico.
She cowers against his shoulder.
Good, Lakey. Then you can't spoil it. Also, if you don't know what it is, don't look it up. Don't look it up at all. Dominic, who was your... Was she just like a random extra? Jackson, no. You would think that Sleepaway Camp is just Friday the 13th, but it's not. It's so much more. Because the one thing I will say is that it's actually fucking kids. They're like actually 14, 15-year-old kids. They're not like...
And finds blood on his jacket. He unsheathes his
20-year-olds playing teenagers. What up, Scott Parsons? Yeah, don't look up Sleepaway Camp at all. Don't Google a single goddamn thing about it. Seriously. Just watch it. Wait, Dominic. Your friend's mom is Karen Fields. Are you friends with her daughter who's going into makeup? I forgot her name. Wait a minute. Dominic, are you fucking serious? Did you see my video for Monster Palooza where I interviewed Karen Fields? Jackson, the only one that is like there's like 4 sleepaway camps and then like a half one for a 5th one. It's weird, but you don't have to worry about the other ones. Just watch the first one because I haven't watched the other ones in a while, but they're not the same. The first one is a unique, amazing experience. I compare it to watching B-Movie for the first time. B-Movie and Sleepaway Camp. No other movies had made me feel that way. Dude, yeah, Dominic, your friends. Oh, dude, yeah. Did you see the video I did? I interviewed Karen Fields. I randomly ran into her. It's really cool, man. Oh, awesome. I want to hang out with Izzy. Tell her she can do makeup on me. Yeah, for sure, Scott.
his knife once more and stabs her in the stomach. She stabs knife once more.
That's amazing, dude.
Sheathes his knife once more and stabs her in the stomach. She stands up and tries to...
Thanks, Inlaid Lamb, bro.
She stands up and tries to get...
This kill's fucking brutal, though, you know? Like, this chick's just trying to get away. What up, Matt?
Ghostface follows her repeatedly.
All right, Mini Gooner. Like, why are you here, man?
Repeatedly sticking her in the back and side as the audience obliviously cheers around her. She stumbles up and as the audience
See you, Joe. Thanks.
obliviously cheers around her. She cheers around her. Audience obliviously cheers around her.
Fucking face.
It's not a howl.
I'll do the Scream TV show in the future. I can't do it right now, just because that's a lot of time.
Before falling back and dying,
Thanks, Stormy.
stumbles up in front of the screen and lets out a howl.
Yeah, I'll definitely go to Halloween Horror Nights this year. Probably go with Patrick Dougal. He's a really good guy, and he like goes a ton. He's really into those.
She stumbles up in front of the screen and lets out a howl.
Thanks, Chad.
Before falling back.
My Steam name is James A. Janice. It's just my name. It's that.
Before falling back and dying. Before falling back and dying in front of everyone. Sad that she got killed because people weren't paying attention, but I will
Thanks,
say it'd be
Steven.
kind of dope to be in a theater with that many people.
Yeah, I know. Heather, I definitely had that thought.
That many people going balls crazy over a horror movie. After our title card, we're reintroduced. After our title card, we're reintroduced to Sydney.
Wait, what is this shot? Oh, it's through a window. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
Yes?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Who is this?
We're reintroduced to Sydney Prescott, who has learned how to use call.
Corey Gillis, 55501.
Caller ID to ward off people fucking with. Ward off. Caller ID to ward off people. Ward off people fucking with her. She and her roommate have. She and her roommate.
76.
Hot flash, Corey. Prank calls are a criminal offense prosecuted under Penal Code 653M. Hope you enjoyed the movie.
Change numbers again?
No, it'll die off. It's opening weekend. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. So the guy so making it was fairly fun. Niggas were going to
Time to change numbers again?
Hallie find out about the theater murders on TV and
No, it'll die off.
It's opening weekend. We'll see how it goes.
It's not an easy thing. Being accused of a crime you didn't commit, particularly stabbed. The police have released images. The press was Evans and Phil. The venue
today. The victims, Maureen Evans and
She and her roommate Hallie find out about the
Phil Stevens were both Windsor seniors.
Where's Randy?
theater murders on TV, and with reporters swarming TV. And
Yeah, that's fine, Death Vendor. You can add me.
He's got film theory this morning.
Bye, Ashley. Ashley, have fun. Have a lot of fun. Hi, Neon. What's up?
the reporters swarming all over her, we're off to the races again. At the same college.
Thanks, Rocco. Sunrise, I don't know how long in hours, I guess, it takes me to edit a kill count episode. It's not great. I don't know. It's really hard to say because I do everything in batches. So I'll have a better idea once I do a movie like The Thing, where it's just the one movie. I'll be able to better say the total amount of hours that goes into making an episode, because it'll just be one movie that I do everything for, you know. So we'll see. That'll be I'm doing The Thing after Scream, which I'm really excited about. Thing is fucking great. Matt, Make Mine Music and Fun and Fancy Free are filmed. Gotta edit them, you know. There's no time, dude. I go into work 2 hours early every day and edit, and then I come home and edit for like 3 hours, and then I spend most of my weekends editing, and all that time mostly goes to Dead Meat. They'll get made eventually. Yeah, Hunter, what's up, man? Saw will happen. Yeah, there are two Thing movies, but there's actually more. If you want to count, what is it, The Thing from Another Planet or whatever the original 50s one is. But I'm just going to do the 80s John Carpenter one for now. I'm not going to do like the more recent remake that happened.
At the same college as Brandy Meek.
Scott, this live stream, I think with my editing live streams like this, they'll be available to any patrons.
It's not about art.
Anyone who is a contributing member to my Patreon. Just as some incentive.
I agree with you. Let me tell you about
Brandy Meeks, which seems a little weird to me, but he has a debate in his film
reality. I live for this, okay? Life is life. Mickey.
See you, Jeff. Have fun at the water park.
Life is life. It doesn't imitate anything. Come on, Rand.
Come on, Randy.
Brandy Meeks, which seems a little weird.
Hi, Hawaii.
But he has a debate in his film class with new characters. He has a debate in his.
What am I saying?
He has a debate in his film.
He has it made? He has invade? What the fuck am I saying? Oh, he has a debate. Okay.
With all due respect,
One's trying to make life sequel.
Stab 2? Who would want to do that? Sequels suck.
Which seems a little weird to me, but he has a debate in his film class with new characters. CC film class with new characters.
imitating art, imitating life.
This is not a hypothetical. It's not about.
CC Cooper and me.
Direct result of the movie itself.
That is so more majority. You can't blame your life violence on everything. What? Yes, you can.
watch it. Hello, the murder was wearing a ghost mask, okay? Just like in the movie, it's directly responsible.
No, it's not. Movies are not a surprise. It's a classic case of white marketing. Hypothetical art. I have this is reality. Thank you. Let me tell you about reality.
Let me tell you about reality, Mickey.
Mickey Altieri. There they argue about the
I live.
This is reality.
Thank you. I agree with you. Let me tell you about reality.
Altieri. There they argue about the merits of sequels, which is really just an excuse.
Mickey, I lived through this. Okay.
Thank you, Neon. I've been doing it for a very long time. I've been editing videos for over a decade now.
Are you suggesting that...
Immortalized on film.
Thank you. Are you suggesting that...
A
someone's
Game of
trying to
Thrones
make a
kill
real
count would
life
be
sequel?
awesome.
Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequels suck.
No, come on, man.
Oh, please, please. By definition alone, they're inferior films.
It's bullshit generalization. Many sequels have surpassed their original.
Oh, yeah?
Name one.
Yeah.
Aliens, far better than the first.
Yeah, well, no accounting for taste.
Thank you, Ridley Scott.
Aliens is a classic, okay? Get away from me, you bitch. I believe the line, stay away from me, you bitch. Whatever, you...
Fine is stay with me, you bitch. It's film class, right?
About the merits of sequels, which is really just
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Another.
T2.
an excuse for the characters to be self-aware.
You got a hard on for Cameron.
The first Terminator is historical.
Yeah.
Anna.
Yeah.
What?
The entire horror genre was destroyed by sequels. The entire horror...
Okay, just like in the movie, it's directly...
No, it's not. Movies are not responsible. It's a classic case of white marketing. It's not art. I with that girl. This is reality.
Thank you. I agree with you. Let me tell you about reality, Mickey. I live for this, okay? Life is life. Doesn't even take any more, Randy.
Due respect, the killer obviously patterned himself after two serial killers who have been immortalized on film.
Thank you. Are you suggesting that someone's trying to make a real-life sequel?
Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequel. Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequels suck. No. Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequels suck. The entire horror genre was destroyed by sequels.
The murders attract Deputy Dewey.
Films.
It's bullshit generalization. Sequels have surpassed their original.
Name one.
Yeah.
Aliens.
For the characters to be self-aware and borderline meta.
Far better than the first.
Yeah, well, there's no accounting for taste.
Thank you, Ridley Scott rules.
No, Aliens is a classic, okay? Get away from me, you bitch.
It's film class, right? I know.
Thanks, Austin.
Film class, right?
Aware and borderline meta.
Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequels suck.
I don't enjoy all of the Scream films. I enjoy the first two and
The
the
murders
fourth one's
attract Deputy
okay.
Dewey to town, who's
Fucking the third one sucks. Hey Liz, how's it going?
Dewey to town, who's limping around way out.
Hi.
With his red right hand. Well, for one virus, I can't pay someone. I don't make enough money to pay someone to make these videos. It wouldn't be worth it. For two, I mean, for the kill count, man, I love these videos so much. I'm pretty protective about them that, I mean, I'm a professional editor, so
Who's that?
I feel like the editing on them is one of the things that makes them what they are. So I'd be hesitant to let someone else edit them.
The murders attract Deputy Dewey to town, who's limping around way outside his jurisdiction.
There would be... I'd have to watch 8 Nightmare Before Christmas or Nightmare Before Christmas.
I heard about what
I'd have to watch
happened
8 Nightmare on Elm Street films. There are 9 if you include Freddy vs. Jason in the remake. Since I did Freddy vs. Jason, I would have to do 8 of them.
Found way outside his jurisdiction to check in on Sydney and make sure she's okay. The media circus also stirs up Gale weather.
Bow, 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 bow. Guys, everyone freaking out about the Friday the 13th remake. That episode comes out on Friday, don't worry. It's mostly done. I just have to do... Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't pump myself up and say it's mostly done. It needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of fucking Jason masks everywhere because there's so many goddamn titties in that movie. But it's closer to being done. I need to get this Scream shit in order because I need to shoot this shit.
Check in on Sydney and make sure she's okay. The media circus also stirs up Gale Weathers, who blows into town with the new...
Hi, I'm Joe, the affiliate.
Oh yeah, that is all one
Cameraman.
shot.
Huh?
You're right, Tyler.
town with a new cameraman named Joel since her last one got his throat slit. She gets some lavish praise.
Damn, it's still one shot? That's pretty cool. Is it going to continue?
Got it.
Oh no, I think it cuts here.
All over it. Hey, look, don't worry about a thing. How hard
Maybe
can it
not.
be? You point and I shoot. I'm there.
Excuse me, Miss Weathers.
Wow.
Have a minute?
Nice.
No, just 1 second. I
There it is. There's the cut.
And I know you probably get this all the time, but I just wanted to say I'm such a big fan of your work. I just finished
Throat slit. She gets some lavish praise by local reporter Debbie Salt. Played
your book. I couldn't put it down. Insightful probing. I just really, really loved your book. Thank you. Sure. Really loved your book. Thank you. Sure. Yeah. I'm a writer myself. I just write for the local paper.
lavish praise by local reporter Debbie Salt. Played by Lori Metcalf with just the...
Salt? I took your seminar in Chicago last year. I was the one front row asking all the questions. Can't wait to see the movie. You know, you're speaking on that, right? All the violence and civil issues. What is your position going to be? No comments. Please, such an honor for me if I could just get a quote from you from the story. Begin quote. Great. Your final remarks of the book desperate. Can not be out. End quote.
Half with just the perfect amount of crazy in her eye before stirring up some shit. But
I'll probably wrap this up in about 20 minutes, Matt, but thank you. Thanks for your help. Thank you, Will OG. Yeah, I actually just watched Scary Movie a couple of weeks ago. Not for the first time. Trust me. I haven't seen Prometheus. My plans for this channel, I have a lot of plans for this channel. Lots and lots of plans. But for now, I have to just do the kill count every Friday. That's all I can afford to do. If you want to help me get to a place where I can do more videos more often, donate to my... If you want to help me get to a place where I can do more videos more often, contribute to my Patreon. You get rewards. So it's not a donation, which implies charity. But yeah, that'll help me get to a point where I can do this for a living and give you guys more content. Then everyone's happy, right? Except for the people at my job who will be like, but we want you to edit videos. And I'm like, sorry, dude. Will OG, I don't know. If you're really into horror, maybe just watch the first Friday the 13th just to see. Because, like, it's a seminal film, you know? It was influential. Other than that, you can just watch Kill Count. I think you'll get enough of it.
before stirring up some shit by confronting Sydney with...
Like, you'll get enough of a sense of the movies by watching the Kill Count.
Just a few words with you.
By confronting Sydney with Cotton Weary. Cotton has recently Sydney with kind of crazy in her eye before stirring up some shit by confronting Sydney with Cotton Weary. Cotton has recently been exonerated from the crime of murder.
Dude, conspiracy. Chill out, man.
Murdering Sydney's mom. Recently been exonerated from the.
All right. All right, conspiracy or whatever. What?
Crime of murdering Sydney's mom. Recently been exonerated from the crime.
Here we are at Windsor College, where Sidney Prescott has just been reunited with Cotton Weary for the first time since you wrongly accused him of murdering her mother. How are you doing? Let how you feel. Tell us everything that's. Here we are at Windsor College, where Sidney Prescott has just
Recently been exonerated from the crime of murdering Sydney's mom, Maureen, and just wants to make amends.
Just been reunited with Cotton Weary for the first time since you wrongly accused him of murdering her mother. How are you doing? Let how you feel. Tell us everything that's happened looking back on the last 2 years.
Yeah, I just like to say that I forgive and forget, just like you would like to get back on my own life.
Do you have any comments? Bitch. Oh, Sidney, share with us, please. So go ahead, she just.
I'm not get back on with my own life.
Maureen just wants to make amends, but Sydney ain't.
Do you have any comments? Bitch. Oh, Sidney, share with us, please. Go ahead, she just.
Not on camera.
Oh, Sidney, share with us, please.
I upload every Friday, Steven. Every Friday will be a new kill count. Motorcycle, I didn't notice that. Does he have it in Scream 4?
But Sydney ain't having it, so she backslaps Gal to the ground. And Sydney ain't having it. So but Sydney ain't having it, so she backslaps Gal to the ground. Also with Gal on, backslaps Gal to the ground. So she backslaps Gal to the ground. Also with Gal on their shit list. Gal ground.
Wait, where's she going, Gail?
Also with Gal on their shit list.
Marissa, I'm editing Scream right now, so that's what's up.
Also with Gal on their shit list.
Sydney? Where's she going?
Dewey.
Shit list. Dewey, who's upset that she.
Don't condone violence, but maybe you deserved it. Page 32. Deputy Dewey filled the room with his Barney Fife-ish presence.
Who got punched here? Again.
Well, I don't condone violence, but maybe you deserved it.
See you, Regan.
Page 32. Deputy Dewey filled the room with his Barney Fife-ish presence.
You read my book?
Oh, yes, I do read, Miss Weathers.
Oh, Dewey, don't take it so seriously. It's a character in a book.
Page 41. Deputy Dewey oozed with inexperience.
She wrote about him in her book.
Page 41.
What up, Patty?
Deputy Dewey oozed with
Marissa, Sarah Michelle Gellar
Yeah,
is in
well,
this
maybe
movie.
quit making all those weird.
You're overreacting to some of that.
What I think. How do you know that my dim-witted inexperience isn't merely a subtle form of manipulation used to lower people's expectations, thereby enhancing my experience?
Yeah, well, maybe quit making all those weird faces and you'd get more respect, Dewey. That night, there's a big old
Ability.
Fuck you, Chelsea. No, Chelsea doesn't get a shout out. What are you doing? Why are you not a mod in my chats? I almost accidentally put you on timeout. Yeah, Chelsea, no spamming. Get out of here.
That night, there's a big...
Given the situation.
OBM, you've gotten so many mentions, dude. Don't get greedy. Oh, nice. Dave Matthews playing at this college party. That's a brave choice.
That night, there's a big old sorority house party where a very young...
Sydney, you made it. Hi. No, I really mean that. Hi.
No. Grussel, you don't get a shout out either.
sorority house party where a very young Portia de Rossi and her sorority sister Rebecca Gayhard try to recruit Sydney to the Greek life. House sitting another sorority by herself.
Guys, the Friday the 13th reboot episode comes out on Friday. The way this works is I have to edit episodes long before they come out. Because it's hard.
Hi. Do you girls want a drink? Well, actually, yeah, but you know what? We'll get it ourselves.
House sitting another sorority by herself is Cece, who gets...
No, Marissa, I made Chelsea a mod because she's my girlfriend, and she's in the next room.
House life. House sitting another sorority by herself is...
No, you can't have some bacon. What? What is this chat?
Hold on. Calling. Omega Beta Zeta.
Hello.
Yes?
Who is this?
Cece. Who's this?
Who do you think?
Ted? Where are you? Are you drinking? Hold on. Ted's on the other line. He sounds drunk. I'll call you back. Alright, I'll call you back. Okay, Ted, you sound loaded. What's up?
Who's Ted?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I thought you were someone else. Hold on. Omega Beta Zeta.
Hello.
Yes?
Who is this?
Cece, who gets a call from a familiar voice, as can be...
Thanks, Robert.
Cece, who gets a call from a familiar voice.
Hello.
As can be expected, the call turns into a rap.
Cece? Ted? Right, hold on. Ted on the other line. Sounds drunk. I'll call you back. Okay, Ted, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Wait, hold on. Sister called me right now. Drink with your buddy. That's our motto. Right, hold on. What if I say goodbye? Why do you always answer a question with a question? Yeah, and I'm impatient. Look, do you want me to message for someone?
I'm not a Buffy fan. I never watched it. And then, whenever I've seen stuff, I'm like, this is 90s and bad.
For someone.
Actually, yes, Chelsea, we can have that discussion. Very much so. It is bullshit that Red Right Hand isn't in Scream 4. It makes it not a Scream movie, in my opinion. I don't think that movie's canon. Because it ain't got Nick Cage. Nick Cave, not Nick Cage. It's also not canon because it doesn't have Nick Cage.
Do you want to die tonight, Cece?
As can be expected, the call turns into harassment. As can be expected.
Hello.
As can be expected, the call turns into harassment.
Do you want
And while Cece confides in another sorority sister about her worries,
I'm sorry. I'm sitting. We're going to the mixer. Yeah, I am. I had to change, so I'll be out of here now. I'll make it there. Who's calling? Yeah, Locks. Who's calling? It's your ill-conceived boyfriend.
Cece confides in another sorority sister about her worries. And while Cece
Thanks,
confides in
Dominic.
another sorority sister about her worries, Ghostface slips in through the front door. He attacks her and chases the sister about her worries. Ghostface slips in through the front door.
It's Scream 2. I already edited a cut of Scream. Dude, I want some pizza too. Shit. No one is getting modded. The people who are mods are either people who live in this apartment building with me, or people I've met in real life, or in the case of Matt, just a guy who, like, he's also a legit YouTuber who I think is really awesome, and I would consider an internet pal.
He attacks her and chases her up multiple stairs. He attacks her and chases her up multiple staircases where she throws plants and bicycles. She throws plants and
I love how they reuse the bike in Scream 3, I think.
plants and bicycles at him before he
And then, of course, Scary Movie does it.
staircases where she throws plants and bicycles at him before he catches up to her. At him before he catches up to her and throws her through the glass door onto the patio. Stabs
Well, Logi, I use Adobe Premiere to edit, and I rip the Blu-rays onto my computer and then compress them using the program Handbrake. And
the patio. Stabs her
that's
multiple
how I do
times in
it.
the back and then tosses her.
Cool. It's a good stunt right there.
Several stories down to the concrete ground below for the third kill of the movie. Party that Sydney's at is cut short. Party that Sydney's at is on concrete ground on the back and then tosses her several stories down to the concrete ground below. For the third kill of the movie. Party that
Hi.
I'm not coming on the chat. I'm just getting stuff to work on.
Okay.
Because this office is also my office.
Yep, I kind of took over this office. But good thing there's that screen.
Yeah, because I don't have, like, people clothes.
Yeah.
Shit right now.
You still have your lizard clothes on?
Yeah, I don't have my human skin on. I'm in lizard form right now.
You're gonna be working?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Love you.
Love you. What, you want me to sit and watch? I can't mod. I have a job.
No, I'm gonna come give you a kiss though. I'll be right back. Did you guys see the post I made on Twitter and Instagram? I got really, I was going to say I got really lucky. It's not luck. I did this shit organically. Oh, hey, people are donating to my Patreon. Thank you so much, Caitlin Elphick and Sarah Shockey and Nathan Smith. Thank you. But yeah, in the past, I hit a record view amount. In 48 hours, I had 1 million views on my channel, which is kind of mind-blowing. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Zaddy Zeus. Yeah, Harley. Thanks for that information about Dewey. Cool, you guys are really cool. Yeah, keep the contributions coming if you want, if you can. It'd be really great to be able to live off of this. But yeah, check out my Twitter and Instagram, Dead Meat James, if you want to see. Because I'm also about to post this amazing thing that that Chelsea made for me. Part of that meme that's been going around. God, I sound so old there. Made for me by Careback, which is Chelsea. And these are called ditties, right? So hashtag Diddy, hashtag Jason Voorhees, hashtag. What's the song in the ditty? What's the song in the ditty? Good day. Good day. Hashtag good day. And hashtag Friday the 13th. Tweet. Yes. So now I might as well just show you all this fantastic ditty. Dead Meat James, Twitter, which is what you should subscribe to here. And oh, I bet it's still uploading. Follow, not subscribe. That doesn't make sense. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes, there it is. That's from Chelsea Rebecca, which is great. Yeah, here's my 1 million views in 48 hours, which is crazy. Cool. All right, let's get back to work. I don't think you guys really care about ditties. Bird kill of the movie. Party that Sydney's at is cut short. Is it bad that I like this soundtrack? Is this... Who's this? What band is this? They can't hurt you unless you let them. Is this Everclear? This is definitely Everclear, isn't it? Yeah. I'm down with Everclear, man. Oh, watch my stream get fucking flagged for having music in it.
Oh, this is fun.
short
This
when
is
everyone hears
fun.
about Cece's murder, so they all rush out and
Yeah. This is fun. Watch this. This fucking extra, dude.
party that Sydney's ad is cut short when everyone Sydney's ad is cut short when everyone hears about Cece's murder. So
Jason Voorhees is one to be.
Hey guys, something is up at Omega Beta Zeta. Please.
the movie party that Sydney's ad is cut short when everyone hears about Cece's murder. So
Are everywhere.
Watch this fucking extra. This is so great.
murder, so they all rush out and
Ready?
My drink.
Jack, hurry up! Come on, man!
Where is he? Is that him? There he is. Yes. Glamber is just me being like sitting here at my desk with my recorder, just getting it done.
his murder, so they all rush out and wait, what the fuck is that guy doing? So they all rush out and wait, what the fuck is that guy doing?
I'm just gonna go ahead and edit this little bit right now. Jason
What the fuck is that guy doing?
Voorhees.
What the fuck is that face? Best extra ever. When Sid rush out and wait, what the fuck is that guy doing? What the fuck is that face? Best extra ever. When Sydney goes back inside to get her done.
Yep, the remit here. You know what? Here, this is what we're gonna do. Where can I put this so that people will see it? Can you not do like a stroke? That sucks. Just gonna leave that up for a little bit.
Denim jacket, she gets extra ever. When Sydney goes back inside to get her
Let's get you.
Sydney goes back inside
I love Finley.
to get her denim jacket. When Sydney goes back inside to get her denim jacket, she gets a familiar phone.
Hey Bree, what up? Long time no see, man. Damn, Scream 2 has a lot of these like fucking Steadicam one long take.
Hello?
Jacket, she gets a familiar phone call before Ghostface attacks her your phone call before.
Oh, you're right. The passive aggressive text is supposed to be yellow. Let me fix that for you. There we go. Thanks, Game Crack.
Ghostface attacks. Phone call before Ghostface attacks. Ghostface attacks her because just like the original, this.
What up, GameTube? Oh.
This movie isn't afraid of putting Sydney in danger early. Early on, when Derek goes inside, in danger. Early on, when Derek. Early on, when Derek goes inside to find and fight Ghostface, Dewey arrives. Ghostface, Dewey arrives and finds
Fucking David Arquette, man.
finds Derek alone and slashing the.
Aaron, Derek.
What's up, Sam?
You alright? He went.
Dewey arrives and finds Derek alone and slashing.
That way.
Cindy's here! Is everything okay?
He got me. He got me.
And finds Derek alone and slashing the arm. How you doing, Sid? Feeling some trust issues? Yeah, so is Dewey. He said, feeling some trust issues? Yeah, so is Dewey. In the arm. How you doing, Sid? Feeling some trust issues? Yeah, so is Dewey.
I'm not Canadian. I am originally from Michigan, though. It's a good day to have a good day. Thanks, Soggy Breadsticks, which is gross. Bye, Storm.
He just told me the killer was inside, so I went to see.
You're lucky there's no nerve damage. Give it to you.
So then,
Take it easy, though.
so then you went back inside
Issues? Yeah, so is Dewey.
the house.
Yeah. No struggle, you just cut your right away? Well, he didn't kill you.
Yeah, it's awfully convenient.
So what?
Nothing. It's just a shame he got away so easily.
It's just a shame you got there too late. Right after he disappeared.
Yeah, it is.
Inside, so I went in to see.
You're lucky there's no nerve
Thank you,
damage.
Jamie. Appreciate it.
You're gonna have to take it easy, though.
So then you went back.
Inside the house.
Yeah. No struggle.
Yeah,
you just
Cameron, I
cut
can
your right away?
usually zone out. In fact, I'll probably
Yeah, it's awfully convenient.
cut this stream short in a couple of minutes just so I can focus more on the editing. I really love having you guys here and talking to you guys, but I definitely move faster without distractions.
Questioning
so.
why Derek went back into the house alone. Wait a
Yeah, it's awfully convenient. Back inside the house.
Yeah. No struggle, you just cut your right away? Well, he didn't kill you.
Yeah, it's awfully convenient. So what? Nothing. It's just a shame he got away so easily. It's just a shame you got there too late. Right after he disappeared.
Thanks, Teach.
No struggle, he just cut you and ran away.
How's the echo? I noticed
And
you.
ran away?
Way to blame the victim, do. Gail figures out the killer into the house alone. Why Derek went back into the house.
You're lucky he didn't kill.
Back inside the house.
Yeah.
He was questioning why Derek went back into the house alone.
Yeah, it's awfully convenient.
Way to blame the victim, do. Gail figures out the killer is doing a
No struggle.
C.C. Cooper.
Is Cece the girl's real name?
No, it's Casey. Casey Cooper.
sort of copycat thing going on, and
Evans? Maureen Evans? Maureen Prescott. That's Sydney's mother.
Do you think someone's trying to duplicate Woodsboro?
It looks like it.
Think you have a copycat on your hands?
do. Gail figures out the killer is doing a sort of copycat thing going on, and so Sydney gets a couple of
Jesus Christ, what are you doing to Kinsey? What are you doing to Victor?
Oh, we're attached at the hip.
thing going on, and so Sydney gets a couple of detectives to shadow her from now on. Everyone's starting to suspect.
You are concerned with my personal being and not trusting everything, right? Now let's see you get her. Okay, Sid?
Dewey? Chief?
To see you get hurt.
I don't want to see you hurt. Okay, Sid?
Now on. Everyone's starting to
disappeared for a little bit. Should be back now. Should be back now. Sorry about that. I don't know if my mic went off before I said that, Liz, you don't need to apologize for anything. You're a good human being.
Sydney gets a couple of detectives to shadow her from now on. Everyone's starting to suspect.
I want to help her too. And help myself, of course. Come on, Dewey. Smile just once.
Smile when I just kill her.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
I think Sue will let me interview her for my documentary.
Oh, yeah. Primetime Live 2020 and Dateline. But for you,
Drop it. I've been thinking about this whole murder thing. Have you checked out Randy?
What?
I know he's an innocent victim first time around, but he's a little off.
Suspect each other, with Mickey naming Randy as a possible killer. So
Have you checked out Randy?
So Derek. Everyone's starting to suspect each other, with Mickey naming Randy as a possible killer.
Have you checked out Randy?
So Derek.
You know what I'm saying?
come on, Randy, the guy's harmless.
That's what they said about Dahmer. Let's get down. Come on.
I
just decided to myself, I'd hide it to myself.
What is he doing?
Tom Cruise, Top Gun, 1986.
Doesn't do himself any. So Derek doesn't do himself any favors when he starts singing. He starts.
Derek, don't.
I think I love you. I think I love you. Is that what my man don't breathe? He say, I'm about the same thing. Hey, I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of?
When he starts singing and sitting in front of the entire cafeteria, and it's
What's going on? Who's freaking out? Man, why are so many people freaking out in these chats? What are you mad about? Scream, dude? Mad about Scream? Mad about Scream? Well, I'm sorry. Scream only has 4 movies in it, so it's something that I can do, and I'd say it's a pretty popular horror series. So, I want to see what happens when I do a series that's not Friday the 13th. See what happens as far as views go. Don't worry, Liz. You're all good. Yeah. Don't worry. There's going to be a lot. I'm doing The Thing after Scream. I got other stuff lined up. I basically have my schedule set until October as far as releases go. I'm not saying those are ironclad. I could always change it up if I feel like it, but sure. Yeah, I'm gonna end this stream, but before I do, I'll share with you guys my plans. Let's see what I got, because I have it on a calendar. So let me pull that boy up. Pull that calendar boy up. Let's see. I think that so Friday the 13th got all the like hardcore horror fans and the people who play the game, which was really lucky on my part. That got them into the channel. I'm hoping that Scream will get people who are not as hardcore into like old weird horror movies. That like it'll get casual horror fans or people who maybe they've only seen Scream, so they'll check it out and then hopefully like my style enough to stay, so that when I do the weird movies, stuff like Ice Cream Man, or I mean Sleepaway Camp even is pretty weird. But when I do like unknown weird movies, I'm hoping that by capturing people with Scream, that they'll stick around and watch it. Even though they don't know the movie, I'm hoping they'll watch it just to watch me and the style of the kill count and the jokes and all that. So that's part of the strategy involved. There is a strategy here. So here's my release schedule, and then that'll be pretty much it for me. For this stream, I need to eat. I'm really hungry, and I need to edit, and I need to say hi to my girlfriend because I love her. She's great. So this Friday, obviously, if you couldn't read the passive-aggressive yellow text, the remake of Friday the 13th comes out, and that'll be our final Friday the 13th movie. It's pretty exciting. After that will be Scream, which is 4 movies. So this is all assuming I can continue to release them on a weekly schedule. I'm a little bit nervous about Scream. That's also why I'm going to cut the live stream, because I'm starting to freak the fuck out. I got to get this shit done. But this is all assuming that I can continue to release them on a weekly basis. So Scream will take us to July 21st, which happens to be Comic-Con. And then after that will be The Thing. I'm just doing the one version of it, the 1980. Is it just 1980? Is it 82? The John Carpenter version. So that'll be the end of July, July 28th. Then after that, what's this series I have? What's that? Oh, yeah. Behind the Mask. The Leslie Vernon story or whatever the fuck. I'm thinking that one I'd say is the most likely to change. If I change any of them, it'll be that one. But it's a one-off movie. I think it's pretty popular among horror fans, and I think it would be interesting to people who like Scream because it's a mockumentary. It's a meta, self-aware parody horror film. So I plan on doing that. After that, I would like to do the Descent movies. There's only 2 of them, and the first one is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite horror movies. Haven't seen it in a while, so we'll see. After that, on the calendar, I have Slumber Party Massacre, which is 3 movies. Or is it 4? Oh, yeah, it's 3. And I have that. Oh shit, Bree! Thank you. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. That means a lot to me. Thank you. That's great. Thank you. Slumber Party Massacre I find interesting because the first one is actually, and this could all be bullshit. This is just what I've read online, but I think the first one is like a empowering woman movie, like a woman directed it and wrote it. So it's interesting that a movie with the title of Slumber Party Massacre is something that's supposed to be empowering for women. And then the interesting thing about that series is that the sequels, as you might have expected, just descend into the, exploitation slasher. So I'd like to track that and look at that as that series progresses. That would get us, assuming all this happens, that would get us to September 8th. And then on September 15th, I would begin the Child's Play series. And that is 6 movies, with the last one coming out on the day that the 7th Child's Play comes out, which is pretty cool. That's October 20th. And then on October 27th, in anticipation for Halloween, a few days later, I would release Kill Count Trick or Treat. Never seen it before, but I know it's Patrick Dougal's one of his favorite movies, so it comes highly recommended, and I would do that in the spirit of Halloween. Again, everyone asking for the big series: Nightmare, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Hellraiser, any of those. It's too many movies to watch all at once. I wouldn't be able to get movies out. If you want me to do those movies, the only way that I can do them is by taking time off from releasing videos, since I work full time. So, I don't think you want that. I think you would rather have kill counts every Friday and just wait for Nightmare or a bigger series to come out than to just have me go dark for weeks. I would probably be offline for like 3 or 4 weeks in order to get those series ready. So, all right, guys. Thank you all for your compliments, your subscriptions, your kind words, your super chats, your Patreon contributions, and your time. Thank you for your time watching these videos. They're not the shortest things on YouTube. 15 minutes is it's an eternity when we're talking about YouTube videos, but you guys stick through it and watch it. So thank you so much for showing up, for being cool, and for supporting me. And we're going to do a lot of this. And the more I can make through Patreon and through YouTube ad revenue, which unfortunately is not that much, the more likely I can make this my job, and I can release multiple videos a week. Like I said earlier, once I can make this my job, I would release 2 edited videos a week, as well as a live streamed gaming video every week. That's the goal. That's the plan. Really hope it works out that way. But if you can afford to help me out to get to that point, do it up. If you can't, that's cool too. Just keep watching the videos. That don't cost no money, and it still helps me. Share it. Share my channel with your friends and family. Let them know I exist. Let them know that even if they're not into horror, they might like it. I mean, granted, the videos are gory, but if they can stomach that, they might appreciate the humor and the editing. And yeah, until then, until next time, thanks. Thanks again, guys. Sorry, Jackson. Sorry for anyone joining right as I'm ending, but I need to get this work done, and I move a lot faster when I'm not streaming and talking to you guys, because you guys are just too cool. You're too cool, and you distract me, all right? Thank you so much again. Thank you for sticking with me. See you around.